It's like a PTO reunion. No, I missed the call yesterday. It was on my
Right.
everything, but I just got busy here at work and I was like, "Oh, good. It's going to be another one. Let me go ahead and join." I set an alarm on my phone. That was how, because it's my
Did
last
I miss a call
day.
yesterday? What was yesterday?
It was the same thing, wasn't it? Wasn't it one of these? No?
I didn't see one yesterday.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought, well, maybe, I guess I thought it was yesterday. Maybe it was just today. So,
Serenity, you got too much going on,
yes,
sweetheart.
it's my last day of my vacation. Like before I go on vacation until the beginning of the year. So, yes.
You
It's
These
my
making up
last day
meetings.
too. Kids free and it's for 2 weeks.
Oh, lucky.
Well, of course, the kids at school, my kids will be with me.
What you talking about?
All right. I know everyone's in the middle of their workday. And so, Aaron, if you're ready, I'd like to just do a quick little recap of how we got here at this opportunity. And then I'm going to pass it over to Aaron to lead us through. First thing I'll say is thank you all for coming on. I don't think we'll have you for more than 30 minutes. This should be kind of short and sweet. And I want to say thank you to our PTO, our parent-teacher organization. We actually did a similar presentation with our PTO just a few days ago. And so if anyone's not a part of PTO, that's a great opportunity. You can just call into our main office or email Rainey Moody if you're interested in joining that. But what's about to happen is the one and only Erin Wilson. She's one of our team leaders, one of our 11-12 teachers, and she also leads our Montessori committee. So she's going to be the person that really is the first point of contact for questions regarding Intersession, big questions, little questions, whatever questions you might have. And so there's some information we want to get in front of you just based on what we experienced over the past couple of years, transportation costs, and things of that nature. And so I wanted to make sure we recorded today's session. That way I can share it out with those who were not able to attend. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. And I'll try to call them out at the end, or you can just ask as you see fit. So with that being said, Aaron, thanks a lot. I'm going to go on mute and turn it over to you.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm going to present my screen. So once I'm presenting my screen, I can't see you guys. So if you've got questions, just unmute yourself and talk over top of me or whatever, it's fine. So this slideshow, this is the slideshow of all of the spring intersessions that are available for high school students. Spring intersession is the 2 weeks immediately preceding spring break. So it's the middle of March. All students, bells, sorry. All students should have access to this slideshow through their advisory teacher. They could also get it from any of their core teachers if their advisory teacher didn't post it for some reason. And PTO also has access to it, and I believe has posted it on the PTO Facebook page. So all of the slides kind of look the same. It talks about who is running the intersession, the name of the intersession, how much it costs, including the deposit amount to secure your spot, how many students will be allowed in that intersession, and then one of the most important things, and the reason we're having this conversation, is the level of independent transportation. Generally speaking, we define independent transportation as days a student needs to get to somewhere other than the school building. So there's going to be a scale from 0 to 4. Teachers have estimated how often in their intersessions children will need to get to not the school building. And then there's a brief description of the intersession and what kids will be doing for those 2 weeks. I'm not going to read these all to you because they're available, but I'll go through them briefly. Some of these are new. Some of these are intersessions that have happened multiple times before. The teachers run them every year. The kids love them, so we keep doing them. This one's new. Miss Kane and Mr. Favors are doing an intersession called Be Well. Miss Chow is doing her yoga and meditation intercession again. This one's new. Mr. Deacon is doing a making of a documentary intercession. Miss Dudley and Miss Applegate are doing entrepreneurship. There's an art intercession. Mr. Kane's community and stewardship intercession. There are a couple intercessions where there are other requirements, either an age or a grade requirement or restriction. And some intercessions cannot be repeated. So if you've already done it in high school once, you can't do it again. Mr. Kane has must be 16 or up intercession requirement because they work with Habitat for Humanity. They actually build a house, work on building a house. It's super cool. They've done it for a number of years now, but you do have to at least be 16. Mr. O's music production intercession is pretty cool. The college tours intercession is pretty popular. It's actually filling up. It's over halfway full now. We do have a couple free intercessions. Most intercessions are around $60. We do have some as much as $150. This is one of our free intercessions with Mr. Roebuck and Miss Nieswander. Sports of all sorts, super popular. Mr. Sulik and Mr. Ulhorn have been doing it for several years now. This is a new one, a writing intercession, making fiction from science. My puzzles and games intercession, I've done it for a number of years now. It's pretty popular. Animal and habitat conservation and rescue with Miss Rural and Miss Bala. Our counseling department is offering an intercession this year. It will help kids with the new graduation requirement process and needing to earn SEALs as part of their graduation requirements. So this will get them a jump start on that pathway if that's the pathway they need to pursue for graduation. Ms. Priestley, this is a cool opportunity. Ms. Priestley is one of our self-contained unit teachers. Predominantly, this intercession will be for the students in our building with special needs, but there is an opportunity for students in the gen ed population to join this intercession if they are interested in working with those students. So they have an opportunity to assist those students and work with those students during those 2 weeks. Mr. Banks is doing a food and sustainability. It's pretty cool. And then Ms. Schneider is doing a Pigeon Key fundraiser intercession. So the primary purpose of this intercession is to help raise money if you intend to go on the Pigeon Key intercession next year. We were hoping to run the Pigeon Key Pigeon Key intercession this year, but we weren't able to get it together in time with the amount of money that needs to be posited early. So this very first slide is about Pigeon Key. It's been postponed until spring of 2023, but we decided to make this an opportunity for students because the last 2 years we've been unable to send our 8th grade class to Pigeon Key. And so this is a way for those students who really want that opportunity to be able to go. But it does cost a ton of money, so Ms. Schneider is working on a fundraising intercession specifically to raise money for this next year. So those are the intercessions, and I will get that slideshow. I'll put it in the chat in a minute. Then there's the sign-up form. So here's the sign-up form. Again, core teachers have these, advisory teachers have these, many kids have them. But this is how you sign up for an intercession. So your student needs to bring this paper with the deposit to the office, to Mr. Joseph in the office. We do need students to sign up for an intercession by January 14th. So that's the second Friday after we get back from break. Students who do not sign up for an intercession by January 14th will go through what I call a last chance optioning process. And it's essentially their chance to tell me what intercession they want me to place them in, because every student will be in an intercession. So you will get placed in an intercession if you do not sign up for one. And I do believe the office is open at least some of the time over break. Mr. Porter can fill us in on that. That is what I've got for you. What questions can I answer for you all?
So are these intersessions in school or away from school?
Some of both. Some will
Okay.
be in the building. That's part of the independent transportation piece. Some intersessions will be in the building the whole day, the whole time, the full 2 weeks. Some will be in the building for most of the 2 weeks and maybe only out of the building 1 or 2 days. But like Mr. Kane's intersession, they're not in the building at all. They're out of the building the entire 2 weeks. So it just depends on the intersession. Sometime in mid-February or so, once we've got every kid in an intersession, they'll meet with their intersession teachers and they should get a calendar and an itinerary, so you'll know which days you're in the building and which days you're not, and you need transportation, sorts of things.
How do we get confirmation that our students actually is signed up? So before knowing this, she just kept saying like, oh, I have to have at least, half the deposit or something like this by this date. So I sent money, and I guess, I forget his name, that collects the money in the office.
Mr. Joseph.
Yes. Yeah. She says, oh, he handed me a form and told me that, he couldn't collect the money without the form, but like, usually there's some sort of like, I just want to make sure that like something doesn't get dropped. Like, she got that far, filled out the form, but never officially.
Sure. So when he does collect money, he should give her a receipt. And the receipt should indicate what intersession he placed her in. As long as he had time to process that, because it's kind of complicated, he's got to make sure that a student isn't repeating an intersession that they've taken before, and he's got to make sure there's space in the intercession still. But right now there's space in all of the intersessions. Okay. So as long as he had time right then in that moment, he should have been able to verify it on the spot and provide a receipt that says, yes, we signed you up for this intercession. Over winter break, I will actually probably in mid-January, I'll work on starting to enroll kids in a power school class for intercession with that teacher. But I can also verify for you, like right now, if you want, or at the end of this call, I can tell you.
Okay, perfect. That would be great. Thank you.
For sure. Other
Hi,
questions or concerns?
Yeah, I have a 7th grader. Sorry, I joined late. So how is this for all grades or special grade, like specific grades?
Just high school, 9th through 12th grade.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yep.
So the way to verify that the student has enrolled is through a receipt from the teacher.
A receipt from Mr. Joseph.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that's in addition to, and Aaron, I was just, curious about if we should share our plan for advisories and maybe even sharing some of the information we give directly to students to prep them. The receipt is one way, but your student will get multiple touches to make sure they're getting all the nitty-gritty details on top of just signing up for it.
Yeah, so that'll be for sure a mid-February meeting where they'll be able to communicate directly with their intercession teacher about schedule details, calendar things, activities they're going to do, that kind of thing. And then we're also trying to make room for one on the calendar at the beginning of March, just a week or two before intercession, so they can finalize all those details. But by the beginning of February, every student should be placed in an intercession. I'm going to do that last chance optioning thing on January 24th will be when any student who hasn't signed up for an intercession will get a chance to tell me which of the available intercessions they would like to be placed in, and then I'll do the process of placing everyone in an intercession. So by the end of January, every student should be in a spring intercession. and it'll show up on their Power School. It'll just say Spring Intersession, but it'll have the actual teacher names. So if it says Miss Aaron, then you're there for my Puzzles and Games Intersession. If it says Mr. Roebuck, then you're there for his hiking Intersession. Mr. Porter, can you confirm what the office hours are over break? Because people could come up and sign up for Intersession over break as well.
Yeah, so our staff will be open 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. throughout the holiday season. And there should always be at least 2 of our clerks in. And so that doesn't mean Mr. Joseph will be here every day, but it does mean somebody will be here every day. So in between 9 and 3, whether you come in person or call, you should be able to access someone that works in our office.
So Aaron, I placed the slideshow and the sign-up sheet on our Facebook page. Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely. Any other questions, concerns?
I should also, since I have you on here, Esther, I think you were at that last PTO meeting, and I was supposed to take our Gamble Montessori Facebook and follow the parent group, but it's actually set up as a group and not a page. And so that was like slightly, I think it's like a couple differences in how you can like share the information if it's someone's like Facebook group or if it's like a public page. I don't know if I'm explaining that the right way.
No, I think that sounds right. And I think we weren't able to set a page for like if I'm thinking right, because they don't like, it's like we're not the school, so that like anyone just doesn't set up a page for Gamble Montessori. So I think when we set that up, that was what we kind of ran into. I think that might have been our only option, was for it to be a group and not.
I'll look into it over the next few days and see if I can get creative. And if not, I'll just reach out and we'll keep sharing as best we can. I'll keep playing around with it.
Okay, I know that I'm only able to invite people that are on my friends list. Is that your same thing too? So I don't know if somehow the page needs to friend one of us or something like that in order to add, or something. It's something like that. Yeah, we can look into it.
And for those of you that are here, I did just post the slideshow and the sign-up form links in the chat if you want to grab those and have them handy, or if you want to grab the sign-up form and print a copy or whatever. But those are the same items that are available on the PTO Facebook page. And in theory, your children have access to them.
That's funny. I asked my son last night, where was his? And he was like, I don't know. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna be asking for a receipt. Like, okay, did you get a receipt? Like, and I figured, I was like, so did you get a receipt? And it's probably in her book bag somewhere or something. So.
well, I appreciate you all having this opportunity for us to learn more about all the intersessions and providing the information to everyone so that we have an idea of what's going on, because we know how our students communicate with us. So thank you so much for this time.
Yes.
For sure.
Okay, thank you so much, everybody. If you have any last minute questions, drop them in the chat. Otherwise, thanks for joining. Have a wonderful holiday break. See you guys later.
Thanks, you guys too. Bye-bye.
You guys have a good one.